YouTube. It's your girl Liv, and I'm here with story time for y'all today. So don't mind me. I just woke up. Probably sound like it in my voice, and that's my cat in the window. If y'all hear that noise, cause she just won't stay out the window. But yeah, so I got a story time for y'all. It's kind of personal. It just happened yesterday, so it's a long story and a lot happened. That's what I can say. It's a long story and a lot happened, but I'm gonna get to it. So y'all, let's get into it. Okay, so boom. So last week I scheduled an appointment for yesterday, which was Wednesday, the 8th, December 8th. So I went to my appointment. I did go to my appointment. So like I said, it's kind of personal, but I'm still gonna take the story time. It was kind of funny too, cause it was crazy. It was so crazy. So I had went to my appointment, and the reason being was because I went for my menstrual cycle. So that's why I went, and so I get to my doctor, and then I'm waiting. They call my name. They call my name to the back. You know what I'm saying? So they did my weight, they did eye check, ear check, you know what I'm saying? They do the regular. And then she get to asking me like, so what's going on with, menstrual cycle and all that, boom, boom, boom. But I skipped a part. So the lady asked me to sign something when I first got there. The lady asked me to sign something. She said I didn't sign when I had came there the last time. So she told me then, I should have, cause my name and stuff was already on it. Cause I seen that it had my name at the bottom and stuff. So I'm like, okay, boom. So she had gave me a paper to sign because she said I didn't sign that part last time. So she had gave me that, and there was another paper at the back. So I'm thinking I got to fill that out. And she said fill these two out. So she gave me the clipboard, and the other paper, the long paper was on top, and the little small paper was at the bottom. The halfway small sheet paper was at the bottom, and it had a questionnaire on it. So boom. I'm thinking they go together, for my doctor's appointment. I'm thinking they go together leading up to my menstrual cycle. Why my menstrual cycle the way it was, because I know it go on every 4 months. So that's the reason. I thought that was the questionnaire was for that because it come on every 4 months. So I thought the question was why it's leading to that. So boom. I feel both of them out. It was some question out there like are you stressed? Are you it had other questions up there like emotional and stuff and like that. Boom, boom, and it had some other questions. One question up there was about suicide. Boom. So y'all remember that part. I don't know the full question because I can't remember that look like that, but I know what the names of the question was. I know those names. So boom. So I'm filling out the questionnaire. I sign my little name thing and everything. So boom, I do that. So I just thought it'd go together. So boom. And I give it back to the lady. Boom, she told me to wait till they call my name for me to go to the back. Okay, so I'm waiting. And then they call my name. I had to go back and tell y'all that part because I skipped it or something like that. So I go to the back, they do the check. I told y'all that part, they do our check. So she asked me first, after that doctor got done with me, another doctor came in. So I guess she was the final doctor because the white lady doctor, she was like, the other doctors, that was a nurse. I think she was a nurse because you had a nurse first and then you get the doctor. So the nurse was like, you can just sit here for a minute until the doctor come in and she's gonna see you. I'm like, okay, boom. So I'm sitting there waiting. Not too long though, I won't wait too long. So she came in, she come in, she like, what's going on? I said, well, I told her boom, boom, boom about my period. Boom. Okay, boom. So she said, okay. And so, what's going on with you about what's going on with you? What you put on the paper? I thought, the paper like period paper. So I thought she was. So like, I told her what was going on. Boom. So I'm thinking she asking that because of my period. So, because she asked me what's going on, and I told her I'm a menstrual cycle. So boom, she asked me that, and then she asked about the paper. So boom, I thought we was gonna like connect. So she was like, okay, sorry y'all trying to, remember everything from straight like what happened. So boom, she did that. She asked me the question, da da da. So she said, she was like, well, I can call you an ambulance. Well, this part threw me off. She was like, well, I can call you an ambulance to come pick you up and take you to Phoebe. I'm like, well, I asked her, I said, why I'm going to Phoebe? She was like, because that's where they can treat you and stuff like that. I'm like, okay. See, I'm thinking she talking about my period. So, because, it come on every 4 months, so I'm thinking they can't do nothing about that. Sorry, I just woke up. Like, my voice, everything. But I'm thinking she finna take me for my period and stuff like that about that. Because she was like, she was going to call the ambulance and stuff. So I was like, I could just drive my car to Phoebe. She was like, well, I insist on you to take the ambulance. I recommend you take the ambulance. She was like, are you going to go to Phoebe? Because she probably think I was going to get on my car and go straight home. I was like, yeah, I'm going to go to Phoebe. So she was like, well, I still don't feel comfortable with you driving a car. I was like, I can drive my car. Well, do you have anybody that can get your car after the ambulance? After the ambulance take you to Phoebe, or can your mother or somebody pick you up? Like she was like, do anybody live down here where you stay at? She was like, do you have any close relatives or anything that you live with or that live around here somewhere or stay close? So I'm like, yes. I said yes. She was like, okay. Well, can you call them? Can you try to call someone to pick you up and take you there and then come back and get the car? I'm like, my mom probably have to work. Like, I can take myself. So she was like, well, you in my care now, so this shit crazy. So she was like, well, you in my care now, so I have to make sure you care now. That's what she said. So boom. She was talking about she trying to make sure I'm safe and stuff. Like, girl. So I was like, I didn't need no ambulance. So I was like, I'm just call my mom. So I go for my phone and call my mom. She was like, well, so she was like, cause I picked up my phone. I said, well, I'm just call my mom to take me, cause I'm just see if my mom will take me. And she kept talking like I don't know if she trying to stop me or something. But she was like, well, we can just take the ambulance and you can just tell her to come back and get your car and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I'm finna call her now. She was like, okay, and to make it easier, we could just go ahead and get the ambulance and you could just tell her to come back and get your car when you get Phoebe. I'm like, no, I'm just gonna call her and let my mom take me. I don't need an ambulance. So I called my mom. Boom, boom, boom. I just go ahead and call my mom because I already had her name popped up. So boom, because I was not trying to do all the extras. So I called my mom. Boom, boom, boom. The phone ringing. My mom answered, and I was like, hello. And I told the lady because she just said, I said, I pointed at the door because I was in front of my mom. And I didn't want the lady here what I'm talking about. So I told the lady, can she step out? She stepped out. Boom. So I said, hello. So I was telling my mom, I was like, she wanted me to take the ambulance to Phoebe. And I told her I could drive, but she was telling me to take the ambulance. And my mom was like, why she telling me to take the ambulance? I'm like, I don't know. She said she don't recommend me driving and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. She was like, why she don't recommend you driving? Like, what's going on? And I'm, I came here for my period and all that. So boom, boom, boom. Tell my mom going on. She, and then I had asked her, I was like, well, can you take me to Phoebe? But I think she was doing something, so we were talking, and take the ambulance. We gonna get a stepdad to go get my card from the doctor that I go to. So she said she gonna do that. She just told me to go ahead and take the ambulance, cause I don't think my mom knew what was fully going on. Shoot, I was kind of lost too, cause I thought I was going there for my period, like the Phoebe for my period, like. But I didn't need no ambulance though. But they was like, well, you would get in there quicker instead of having wait at the emergency room quicker. So yeah. So boom, my mom told me that when we hang up the phone. So when the lady came back in, I told her my mom just told me to take the ambulance and she was gonna come back and get the car. So I left my keys at the doctor desk. I left my keys at the doctor desk, and yeah, so I did that part. So people just looking at me when we walked to the ambulance because they had finally arrived. She was like, yeah, I'm gonna call the ambulance. The lady was like, yeah, I'm gonna call the ambulance. Boom, boom, boom. We're gonna get you the ambulance. She said, perfect. Okay, so we're gonna get you the ambulance, and your mother can get the keys from the desk up front. So I'm gonna write her name down, so she can know, so the people up front can know that she's coming to get your key, because you don't want anybody to just get your key. Okay, boom. So the ambulance finally arrived, and then they asked me, like, they checked my blood pressure, they checked my heart rate. And I'm sitting on the chair. I didn't need an ambulance. I was kind of embarrassed because, like, why am I going on an ambulance? Ain't no wrong with me. That just made me feel weird. So let me not get lost. So they asked me questions. It was like, are you okay? What's going on? I told them about my period coming on every 4 months and everything. And boom, boom, boom. Boom, okay. Bet. And then they was like, yeah. So if they were right down stuff. So your period coming out every 4 months, stress and stuff like that. The stuff that was on other papers. So everybody asking these questions. I'm like, why everybody keep asking me that? Like, why everybody keep asking me about like the stress part and stuff? So I'm thinking like they leading it up to the period, but it's not an emergency though. So boom. We get to the hospital. We at the we in the health part. What they trying to call health? I didn't know what it was because I couldn't see out the ambulance. Like I was just sitting on the ambulance, but the window was so small on the ambulance, like you can't see out the ambulance. But I know we pulled up to Phoebe, the emergency room way. So boom, we at the reception desk. We in the back part. We in the back part. Because that's the emergency part. So we in the back part. So pull up the Phoebe in the back part. Get out. The ambulance, they take me to the receptionist desk. She told me to sign the paper, sign my name on the paper, this and that. Confirm my address from the one that was on my driver's license. Girl, stop. To confirm my address from the one that was on my driver's license. And my birthday and all that instruments, Social Security and all that. Boom. So she told me to sign sign my name and my initial. And this is it ain't a long story, but it's a lot that happened. I just want y'all to picture all this stuff happening, okay? Boom. So we at reception and boom, 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 do that. So then the police officer pulled me to the side. I'm like, this is not necessary. Oh my God, this is so stressful. They stressing me out because, baby, doing all that, I just want to know what's going on. And so he put me to the side. So they more concerned about the other part. They not concerned about my period anymore. So I'm like, so he started asking me questions. He was like, so you feeling depressed, emotionally stressed, and you had suicidal thoughts. I was like, that was like one time, a long time ago. Like he was like, I'm like, what they got to do with anything? It was starting to aggravate me. I was starting to get aggravated but I was just being calm. So boom, he asked me all this, and boom, boom, boom. Okay, he asked me that. Boom, we got done with that. And, oh, they man had the nerve to ask me, was I getting beat on? No. What they got to do with anything, bro? These folks going crazy. But they mad at me while I get beat on. No. But well, see, I'm getting lost kind of trying. It was so much shit that happened. It was so much going on. It was too much going on. So we got done with that. The man told me that the nurse is gonna take me to the back. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go, get looked at for my period or whatever. Or I didn't even say period, my menstrual cycle, proper words, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go look at for my menstrual cycle. So that's why I thought I was going. So the man was like, well, you can follow that nurse to the back, and she's gonna take you where you need to be. I'm like, okay, boom. So I'm like, yes, finally, all these questions can go out the window, and I'm gonna go get looked at. And so, they took me to the back. So they took me to the restroom. So the other two nurses, that nurse had left. The other two nurses came, and then first they started asking me questions. It was like, so you're stressing, you're overly, so you're so you're depressed, you're overly stressing, you had a suicidal thought. And I'm like, that was a long time ago, and no, I'm not depressed, and like that stuff was like a while ago, or I'm like, that's probably why my period, I keep saying period. That's probably why my menstrual cycle, probably coming on every 4 months. So she was like, okay. And then she was at it was two nurses that was there. So they took me to the restroom. And then they had the door open. It was like a room separated from the outside so you couldn't see. And I came in this way because the restroom was this way. Okay, look, this is the restroom right here. This is the middle part, like a hallway. And because I came in through that door right here, and it's the restroom right here. And then I ain't never been in that part back there yet. So the nurses came in the restroom with me. Then closed it after I came through that door was closed. Boom. They got a restroom on the side. So she was like, can you get change for me, please? Cause I don't know what the scrubs call when they went to the hospital or something. But I don't know. She called them that kind of clothes. But she was telling me change into the clothes. So she said, yes, I'm gonna have you to change clothes. But she was like, I'm gonna have you to change. And then I'm like, okay, boom. So she was like, I'm gonna get you to change and all that, Cause she had told my doctor was gonna come see me. I was like, okay. And then she was like, I'm gonna get you to change clothes. And then she was like, but I'm gonna need your phone. So I'm like, damn, I need my phone. I need your phone. And she said, go ahead and take off your necklace. Go ahead and take off your nose ring. So I'm like, damn, I gotta do all this. So I gave her my phone. Boom. She was like, turn your phone all the way off. And boom. So turn my phone all the way off. Gave her my phone. She put in little Ziploc bag. She got my necklace, put in the Ziploc bag, and she got my nose ring because I take out my nose ring, and she put it in the Ziploc bag. And then so she was like, she had me do the clothes, the little hospital clothes. It was like the little shirt hospital clothes with the pants, but it was not like scrubs and nothing. It was just like a shirt and pants hospital clothes. So boom, I was like, I ain't never seen these type of hospital clothes because like it was different from how you wear hospital clothes. You got on a gown, but it was like a shirt and pants. So I'm like, I ain't never seen these type of hospital clothes. And you saying we gotta wear the gown with my ass out, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, let me go put these on. So they took all my stuff, made sure I ain't had nothing on me, pat down, made sure I ain't had nothing on me. And then so I changed. The restroom they had nothing in it but a toilet, a sink, and that. And so I went in there. I changed. They was watching me. I feel uncomfortable because like they was standing in the door. Like, why did y'all watching me change? Like that part made me feel real uncomfortable. I thought they was gonna close the door or something. Cause she said go in the restroom and change it to this. She was like, go in the restroom and change this. So we go in the restroom. I'm thinking they're gonna close the door. She was like, you can. She was like, we're gonna stand here and we have to watch you change. So I'm like, okay. Yeah. So I had to. I ain't had no choice. So they watched me change and everything, and then they took my clothes. They had my phone and everything. So they were like, we're gonna get you to go in room 1. So I'm like, room 1. I'm just going. Which one is room 1? Cause it's like 3 rooms in that area. So they were like, I'm gonna get you to go to room 1. So I went in the room, and then they closed the door. So it was weird because like the room. This is what made me start to think that I thought I was in a crazy place already. It wasn't nobody there. Like it was just a room with nothing in it, but like the walls was white. They had a small rubber table. You couldn't move it or nothing though. They had a rubber chair. It was like it was made of rubber. They had another rubber chair on the other side. The table and the rubber chair was blue on this side, and it was like one rubber chair that was gray on that side. So when I'm in the room, I'm sitting down, I'm like, what the fuck? Why am I in here? Like, they got me in a room with nothing in it, nobody. They got the rubber chairs on it, because I wouldn't never went in there. Like, so they got me sitting in the room with like the tables, the chair, the rubber chair. It was like a square, small room. So I was sitting there by myself. So I sat down on the blue chair. So I'm thinking, because she said a doctor must be coming to talk to me. So I'm just sitting there and I'm waiting. I'm thinking like they're going to come talk to me right away. So I'm like, okay, I'm just sitting here waiting on the doctor. Because I ain't called my mom yet after that because she told me she was going to bring the car to feed me. So boom, I'm thinking I'm finna leave right then and there. So, because the lady told me that, get the ambulance. And my mama can come pick up the car. So I'm like, okay. So boom, I took them, I did that part. So I'm sitting there waiting on the doctor. But I'm waiting on the doctor. I'm gonna say, I asked the lady, when do you think the doctor is gonna come? Because I was there for like, I was in that room for like 15 minutes. So I was like, when do you think the doctor's gonna come? She was like, well, the doctor should be here in a few minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like in a few minutes. So boom. I'm like, okay, I can deal with this. So I'm sitting down. I think cause I didn't call my mom yet. I think an hour had went by. I got tired then. Like I started getting worried for myself, cause I'm like, she said the dog about to come talk to me. Ain't nobody came. Like nobody. Ain't nobody came to check on me. Y'all two just sending they were sending the little thing, like, but you had to go in there with it, like you had to open the door to go in there. They were just sending the thing. I guess they watch us. I was just sitting down, like I'm starting to think I'm in a crazy place because, a little crazy place. Because like ain't nobody I'm in this room and I could clearly see that we in the room for where they separate you from other parts. So I'm in that room. I don't know what that room called, but yeah. And then another thing that made me put the pieces together when I didn't have my phone. So I'm like, yeah, they probably think I'm crazy. So they gonna have me in here about every day. So I was like, oh, hell nah, cause doctor didn't come either. So I asked the lady. I said, cause I didn't know how to open the door, especially not from the inside. So I guess I don't know if they locked the doors at night or whatever, but it was daytime, so the doors was unlocked. So I was looking to how you open the door. I was looking around. She was pointing, and how are you supposed to think I'm supposed to open the door? But it was weird because the reason why I didn't know how to open the door because it didn't have a handle, but it's like a little thing you have to slide up just to open the door. It was a camera in the room too. That's another thing that made me think that they probably thought I was crazy because they had a camera in the room. Like, I don't know. I guess when the suicide thing was on the paper, they probably took that out of proportion because I still they still never told me what's going on with my period, and that's the only reason why I came there. They never told me what was wrong with my period. That's the crazy thing about it. Like, she just took one thing and ran with it. Like, from that paper, she just took it and ran with it. She still ain't never, they ain't never tell me about my period. Ever. And say nothing about it. They was concerned about that stuff right there. So, I'm like, that doctor, I was so mad because, like, I was like my doctor that I go to, like, I guess they were new people. But I was so mad because I'm like, this lady sent me here just to, go through this. I don't think I was going for my period, but I was really. So I wanted to call my mom and get back to the part. So I wanted to call my mom. She told me to look for the slot. And I finally got it because I was looking around, how the hell you open the door? I ain't never been there before. So I slid the door. And I said, can I call my mom? She was like, sure. So boom, I was so happy because I went to call my mom. I ain't have no phone or nothing. So I was so ready to call my mom. So she gave me the phone. I went back in the room. I sat down. And then boom, I was calling my mom because the lady gave me a blanket because she was like, it's gonna get cold in here. So she gave me a blanket. So boom, I called my mom up. I'm like, Mom, I was like, Mom, you busy or you at work or anything? She was like, no, I had, forgot the conversation. She went by the store or something, I don't know. She had took my stepdad back to where he was, So I was like, well, I'm sitting in this room, cause my mom flipped. She got mad too. But so I called my mom up. I was like, Mom, where you at? Cause I said, can you come get? I didn't want to be there. Like, I didn't want to be there. It wasn't bad, but I'm not about to just sit here. Plus, I was freaking bored. It's like I was just sitting down, not doing nothing. Just sitting down in the room by myself, not doing nothing. They not gonna let you go out the door. You can go out your room door, but you cannot go out the other door, the rear door, to go out in the hallway. Nothing. You can't do that. So I'm on the phone with my mom. I'm like, Mom, can you come get me? She was like, where you at? And she was like, I thought you was at the hospital for So I tell her, I said, I started stammering because I didn't know what I was. She told me what I was after she found out because my mom used to work there. So I was like, they made me change and they took my phone and they took my necklace and my nose and they got me in the room by myself. So when they got you in healthy behavior, I was like, healthy behavior? She was like, yeah, that's where the crazy people go. She was like, yeah, that's where the crazy people go. What you doing in there? Like, she was going in because I'm stressing. Like, I'm like, oh my God, bro, they got me in here. Like, what? She was like, yes, they got you in the healthy behavior room. That's for the crazy folk, and they finna send your ass off. And I was like, oh, at the butt. When I heard that part, She was like, they finna send your ass out. She was going out, but my mom going out. My mom don't play about her kids, I swear. So I don't know why I'm holding it like I still got the phone. But like, she was on the phone, but she was going crazy. She was telling me, like, girl, they finna send you off. They can mess you up so bad, and this and that. She was like, I'm about to turn around. I'm finna come up there because you about to mess yourself up. You can lose your job. You can, like, a lot of stuff will happen. This can change your fucking life. And I ain't no telling how long they gonna keep you in there, because I guess they gonna send me to a psych ward or something. So that's why I'm about, you know, if the doctor would have came and he would ask those questions, and if I would have answered them, like, if I thought it was about my period and I would answer those questions, then they probably would have sent me off. But luckily, my mama told me where I was and told me what was going on and what they was about to do. Because at first I thought they were going to, like, take me, but like when they told me to take out my clothes and stuff, take out my earrings and stuff, I thought they was going to take me, like, to, you know, to go get checked and all that. You know how they do that. Well, I thought. But I thought they were going to do that. Because, you know, I ain't never been to I've literally never been. I've been inside the hospital, but, like, I never been there for any type of treatment or anything. Like, I never been there for, I never had surgery. I never, like, you know, broke any bones or nothing. So I ain't never been to the hospital for nothing. So I don't know how it operates. So that's why I'm just throwing stuff with my mama, because she had sent me an appointment to go to my doctor. But I went to my doctor, but they sent me to Phoebe. Like, I'm glad my mom right there for, because baby, I'm glad I called her, because if I would never called her and I would have waited till the doctor come and I would have answered those questions, then they probably would have sent me off. And no. So my mama said, girl, you don't never tell them someone shoot, you don't never tell them you've been depressed before, you had suicidal thoughts before. She said, you don't never tell them that. Don't tell them that. Don't you ever tell them, but ship your ass off. Like, just, you know. So I'm like, damn, bro, I really fucked up on this one. So I said I've been there for about 3 hours, because, like, the 1 hour was me by myself, went on that doctor. And the next hour was you know, boom, boom. So I was like, damn, bro, I really fucked up. My mom said, I want you to stay on the phone with me. She was like, I want you to stay on the phone with me until I get there. Well, she was like, stay on the phone with me. Do not hang up this phone at all. At all. She was like, when the doctor comes, don't tell him shit wrong with you. Just tell him you good, you fine, so you can go home. So I'm still on the phone with my mom. You know, they watching and stuff. So, boom, my mom had got there, and then she was like, she was telling the girl, she was like, she told the girl at the front desk, because I could hear her on the phone. She was like, can you tell the nurse ain't nothing wrong with my daughter? She just came there for, you know, check up and stuff, but ain't nothing wrong with her. She ain't nothing wrong with her. She not depressed or nothing. Ain't nothing wrong with her. So the girl come back to the back. She was like, she told the nurse, she was like, cause I ain't hear what the nurse said, so I don't know what she said. But she told the nurse, she was like, yeah, the girl mother is out there, and she was like, nothing wrong with her, nothing. So I don't know what the nurse said. So I guess the nurse was like, cause the girl came back to my mama and told her what the nurse said, and she was like, well, she still have to wait on the doctor. So my mom was like, okay. So yeah, I was still waiting on the doctor, cause yeah, it been a while after that. So me and my mom, we still on the phone. So I go to ask the lady. I said, cause when she came in, she had came in. Was it that part? Oh, wait, she didn't give me that. When I said she gave me a blanket earlier, she didn't give it to me earlier. She when she came in, that's when she gave me that blanket. When she came in my room, she came in to give me a blanket. That's when she gave me a blanket, cause she was like, it's gonna be cold in there. So I said, when do you think the doctor will be here? She was like, well, the doctor is on lunch. That was what she told me the first time. She was like, the doctor on lunch. So I'm like, okay. I guess I had to wait till doctor lunch. So I'm still waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. I was so aggravated because like, I gotta sit here and wait. Like I wish I would never got myself in this situation. I should just. I don't like answering questions. So I think an hour went by for that part. Then boom. Hour went by for that part. So I'm still waiting. And my mom had asked him again. She was like, where the doctor at? Any doctor here? My mom was asking. Like, cause my mom used to work there. She was asking, is such doctor here? She asked the girl, asked the nurse lady when the doctor comes. So the girl went back there. And then when she came back, told my mom what the other nurse said. She was like, well, the doctor is not here. No, my mom, the girl, I can't hear the girl say that, but my mom told me what the girl said. So my mom told me that the girl said a doctor wasn't there yet, and we had to wait till a doctor kicked in. I'm like, what? I was angry because I already go home at that point. And I was like, at this point, I'm ready to go home. Because I had went to my doctor. Let me tell you how long it been. I went to my doctor at 9:30. Got treated, not got treated, but seen like at my doctor, my regular doctor. Well, it was some new people there, but my doctor on place. And I got seen at 9:45. And tell how long it been. I was there from 9:45 until Phoebe, like all together. I left at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. I was so damn mad, bro. I could have been at home chilling. I wasted like, that was so aggravating. And I think if I was to resist or try to walk out the room, I think that would have most definitely sent me off. Because like, if I would have to be like, oh no, I'm finna go. I'm supposed to be here. Oh no, I gotta go. Y'all told me y'all want to treat me for my period and this, and now y'all got me here. I think if I would have been a little aggressive, not aggressive, but like, talkish, flipping, I think they would send me out. They probably thought I was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But I didn't do that. I just calmly, patiently waited so I can really get out of there. Because I ain't trying to, because if I would have been like, if I would have just flipped right then and there and told them I ain't supposed to be here, or be like, what you doing, why you doing this, or this and that, they probably sent me out right then and there. But yeah, so it was another lady that came in around some time too. It was a white lady. I thought she was happy for real. They had gave me some food too, but I ain't want that damn food. I ain't know they did that shit. I don't eat nothing. I ain't touching it. I ain't eating it. Got me bent. That shit like, they gave me one slice of turkey, a scoop of mashed potato with a little gravy on top, and they gave me a thing of carrots, and they gave me a small cup of sweet tea. I still ain't eat. I don't even want that. And they gave me a little bun, a little bread bun, Hawaiian bread bun. One of those. I wouldn't eat that. It should look like, no. I don't eat hospital food. I really don't. So I wasn't even hungry. I didn't really go. Ooh. I had to throw that food away. So I left. Because I didn't want that. I wasn't even want that. But yeah, so. Yesterday was a crazy ass day for me. The other lady, I think that she was in there because she was crazy for real. Because they had already gave her a shot. And that's another reason why I called my mama. Because I seen them coming out with some needles. So I was like, hell no. I forgot to put that in there. But yeah, I had seen them come out. They had the little tray thing, where they rolled the tray. They got the needles and stuff on it and they roll it. So I had seen them come out with a little rolling tray thing, and they had some needles on it. I was like, oh fuck no, cause they let her shot first. They gave her a shot. So I was like, hell no, I'm gonna call my mama, bro. I'm gonna call my mama, cause baby, Bro, ain't getting no shot. I don't care. Man, the lady I had the nerve to ask me when I was at my doctor. And the lady said, "Would you like to get your flu shot today?" I was like, no, I'm not getting no damn flu shot. But yeah, let me see, was that it? Yes, that was it. Cause after I left, baby, I was so happy. You know how you feel like, you know how for the people that feel like they've been in jail for a long time and you finally get free. That's how I feel like, bro. I was so happy to get out of there. Cause I ain't wanting to shoot me out to no damn psych ward. What? No. Do I look crazy? You fucking lying. But no. So yeah, that was my story, guys. Even though it happened yesterday, that was my story. And yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this story time. And see you guys later. Alright, you guys, thank you for tuning in to my story time. And love you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe.